What's up, everybody? This is your host, Jamal Baraka for GT Media Reviews. Cold day in Detroit. Had like an ice storm, and the salt trucks haven't really came out yet. It was like several accidents last night when I was dropping my kid off. This morning it's a little bit better, but I still was late dropping my other kid off. I'm a horrible father, and I own that. But here we are. It's time to talk about comics. So this video is slightly different, and I'm probably going to do a little bit of editing when I get home just to add some clips in for this, just for context. But one of the problems I have with Marvel's promo material, especially in the comic books, is that there's a failure to acknowledge that there was a black Captain Marvel at one point, and that there was a black Captain Marvel that owned the name for like 12 years, and Carol Danvers didn't carry the title until like the mid to late 90s. And I'm not going to say that Carol Danvers didn't exist, because she did. She existed in the 70s as Miss Marvel. But the first Captain Marvel was Monica Rambeau. And she was around, she was in the Avengers when I was a kid. And she was around for about 10 years. She factored pretty heavily in every Avengers story in the 80s. Anybody that is a fan can tell you that if they were reading Marvel comics. Like, yeah, Captain Marvel, she was a black woman with an afro, and she had a white outfit, and she would transform into light or energy and stuff like that. So she had legit history. So last week I went to my comic shop and I got this previews issue, and it's got Captain Marvel on the cover, and it says, "Get ready for Marvel Studios Captain Marvel with these thrilling graphic novel previews," and it features blah 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 from all these different artists and writers. My problem is that when you open this preview book up, you get interviews talking about Captain Marvel, her history, her new books. Let's see, we got her new series that came out. We have a timeline in here of major stories that you should read featuring the character. We get Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel. We get Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, the Muslim Captain Marvel. But in this entire timeline, going back and forth, there's no mention of the original Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, at all. Now, I'm gonna shout out Comic Perch, because he brought this particular ad to my attention, but I think it's even bigger than that. So let's keep going in this book. We get this Captain Marvel, Braver and Mightier. We get this pretty terrible cover for Captain Marvel #1 just came out. We get more previews of the character, her series that she has coming, more interviews about Captain Marvel, and the Avengers books, superhero adventures featuring Captain Marvel. Here's another timeline. Captain Marvel's greatest moments. First flight, 1977. Captain Marvel, and this one has a typo. It's saying 183, 1963, which is wrong, factually wrong. Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. Then we have Binary Captain Marvel. We have Carol Danvers assume the mantle of her great mentor, Captain Marvel, and set to prove the world that she's worthy of the title. Another Captain Marvel launch, 2016. At no point in this timeline do we mention that there was another Captain Marvel. Now, I don't want to say it's racist, but as woke as Marvel is, it's very glaring that Monica Rambeau is not mentioned at all. Let's keep going. Just for transparency, they start advertising War of the Realms, which is going to be another cash grab from Marvel over the summer. Every book is going to be $3.99 and up to $7 or $8. We got Kamala Khan. She's advertised. The Magnificent Miss Marvel, Marvel Rising, Kamala Khan, Squirrel Girl. Previews featuring Squirrel Girl, team up book with Kamala Khan. Thanos in the back. Avengers, Mighty Avengers, no Monica Rambeau, Blade. It's basically everybody but Monica here. So looking at this, I'm going to call it like it is. This is a blatant whitewashing of the character. And you may not like that. You may get offended by me saying that, but it really is what it is. So I would expect you to say, hey, if you want to see Monica Rambeau, because she is in the movie, so I'm not going to take that away from the film. Monica Rambeau is in the film, and she may have a bigger role than what's shown there, but I'm not 100% sure on that, and there's no guarantees of that. So if Monica doesn't have like a secret subplot that Marvel is hiding back, I'm just going to assume that she's just a co-pilot of Carol Danvers when she was in flight school. It's very glaring. It's very telling. I'm not sure why Marvel has whitewashed this character. I mean, they featured the Muslim character, but I think ultimately Monica Rambeau being erased from the comics is just one of those things where progressives try to change the narrative and say that there weren't any black characters before a certain period of time, because Monica was around for a long time. I actually remember when I was a kid and my brother and my cousins used to play the Marvel TSR role-playing game. One of the Avengers was Monica Rambeau. I didn't even know Carol Danvers existed until I was watching X-Men the animated series one day, and she randomly popped up in a couple episodes with Rogue, where they went into Rogue's origin and they showed how Rogue stole her superpowers and became one of the X-Men that could fly, and she got her super strength and stuff like that. Before Rogue ran into Captain Marvel, her only power was that she can leech another mutant's abilities for a few minutes and get their powers. After she ran into Carol Danvers, that's when she became super strong, could fly, and got all her other abilities. So that is even given a rundown in here. So it's like you have every aspect of this character's history factored into this previews book, but we don't see what's on the back cover. We got Marvel Rising Superheroes, America Chavez, we got Squirrel Girl, Miss Marvel Kamala Khan, I think that's Teen Hawkeye, Lockjaw, and I don't know who the guy is in Storm Flames. Not really a fan of the art. But this is worth having and worth picking up at your comic shop. This is a free previews book. If you're a fan of comics, just run through, because I think this isn't getting as much attention as it probably should, and it's probably because Captain Marvel is being pushed, and she's being pushed as like a progressive icon right now. And that's possibly true, but I don't like the fact that they're pushing this character at the expense of other characters that are just as diverse and powerful and strong. And that's really part of the problem I have with Marvel and the creatives at Marvel. If you're gonna push diversity, you can push diversity, but be honest about it. And I feel like stuff like this is why fans are walking away from Marvel Comics, because it's a false narrative. You would think that characters like Captain Marvel or Carol Danvers didn't exist before 2016, and that's just not the case. Monica Rambeau was the leader of the Avengers, and I'm not going to say that she's totally erased from comics. She's still in the comic books. Her name was changed to Photon, and she was one of the Mighty Avengers, but it's like she was shifted off to be with the black team of Avengers, like the team that Luke Cage ran with all of the diverse characters. It was like they weren't good enough to be with the regular Avengers, so we put them with all the black characters so that they had a place to go. And I hate saying it like that, but that's how it feels. Mighty Avengers comes out every few years, and it's like the same concept. We're going to get all of the powerful black characters together and let them go. And it's like, well, why don't you just mix all the characters up and let them do their thing and let writers write? We don't need messaging all the time. And you don't have to have a black writer on a black book or a Muslim writer on a Muslim book, or writers tell stories, and if the stories are worth telling, they're just worth telling. You don't have to do that. And just once again, we're showing Captain Marvel, Earth's mightiest hero, the original Captain Marvel from the Kree, Kamala Khan, and nowhere on this page, or either one of these two pages, is Monica Rambeau. Nowhere. Anywhere in this damn book. Nowhere in this timeline This typo is unacceptable as well. Previews need get your stuff together, man. Nowhere is Monica Rambeau. This is completely whitewashed. So I'm going to end this video because I got to start my workday. But looking at it, we have our website. You can catch me at GT Media Reviews, or you can catch me at Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much anywhere that you are on social media. You can catch me at GT Media Reviews, or you can catch me at Jamal is Trash. You probably feel like I'm trash after making this video, but I really don't care. This is something that needs to be said, and you can see my fingers in the video. I am a black male, and I've been reading comics like longer than I could like really knew what the hell was happening. So I remember Monica Rambeau. And I see there's so much diversity on this Rising Warriors comic, but it's just really strange that you just don't even acknowledge that there was another Captain Marvel. And I'll leave with this last note. Leaving Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, off of all promo material would be the same thing if you were releasing a Green Lantern Corps movie and you featured all of the Green Lantern. You feature Kyle Reiner, you feature what's the dude from the 90s, Guy Gardner, you featured Hal Jordan, you featured Jessica Cruz Green Lantern, but then you left John Stewart out, and he was like all over the cartoon for like a decade. So you'd be like, well, damn, we have all these Green Lanterns here, but we left out the black one. That's essentially what Marvel is doing right now. So I draw your own conclusions and let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to post this to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to post it on Facebook later. And I don't want to steal anybody else's format, but I thought it was probably the only way I could illustrate what was going on with this particular book, because this isn't something that you can buy. This is just something that was given to me by my local comic shop last Wednesday on on New Comic Book Day. So not everybody's even going to know this is out. But if you have a chance, your store should still have a copy of this. And it's worth having because it's not like I'm just pulling this out of thin air. This is a legit book that Marvel put out to advertise this comic. It's very strange, to say the least. Hey, have a good day. Again, this is Jamal Baraka, GT Media Reviews, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.